From the Secretary, I'd like to recognize my colleague, Senator Ossoff, for any opening comments that he would have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A pleasure to be back with you again.
That's good.
And appreciate our bipartisan working relationship and looking forward to continuing our shared efforts to support America's veterans. I want to welcome you, Secretary Collins, a fellow Georgian. Thank you for your service. And before we begin, as always, but particularly given events in the Middle East over the last several days, I want to express my gratitude to all of those who serve the United States with such courage and professionalism. I know we are all united in praying for the safety of service members, as well as diplomats and intelligence professionals who are overseas defending the nation. As we examine the Department's fiscal year 2026 $441 billion request, I want to begin by emphasizing that it is our shared priority on this subcommittee across the aisle to ensure that the men and women who have defended the United States in uniform receive the care, support, and benefits that they've earned. And I emphasize that word, earned, because VA benefits are not handouts or giveaways. This is a sacred contract between the nation and those who have defended it, as well as their families. The purpose of today's hearing is for the Secretary to present the VA's budget request for fiscal year 2026. I echo the Chairman in expressing my concern at the lack of supplemental materials and budget justification materials, which makes it very challenging for us to assess the merits of the overall request. I hope we can get some more details in the course of this hearing. We see that the overall discretionary and mandatory funding levels for VA have increased. We recognize, the Chairman also mentioned, in the first 2 years of the PACT Act, between August of 22 and August of 24, in Georgia alone, Mr. Chairman, more than 6,500 new Georgia veterans enrolled in VA health care. We have seen 51,000 veterans with PACT Act claims granted. And of course, to serve America's veterans, the VA needs to be staffed appropriately to provide care both within and without the walls of VA facilities. And the VA needs to be welcoming to all veterans who have worn the uniform and to offer programs and assistance that these veterans need. Mr. Secretary, you've requested a significant increase to expedite the rollout of the electronic health records modernization effort, as well as an increase in the construction accounts. Perhaps most significantly, and I know of some substantial bipartisan concern, we see a shift of $18 billion away from what Congress advanced last fiscal year for VA medical care. Those funds have been reprogrammed toward the toxic exposure funds, of course, a worthy endeavor and something that was established via the PACT Act, but there is substantial concern about this cut to the medical care account. Hope we can get some more details on that in the course of this hearing. And Mr. Secretary, you know that now and long predating your tenure, Georgia veterans and veterans across the country are deeply frustrated. They're frustrated by wait times for appointments and care. They're frustrated by years-long adjudication of their claims and the feeling that they're just slamming their head into a brick wall when they try to claim the benefits they've earned through their service. Veterans are frustrated that they can't get answers and basic information from the department. And frankly, Mr. Secretary, members of Congress are frustrated that we can't get basic answers and information from the department. And if you step back and think about it, if United States senators can't get transparency from the VA, what hope is there for the rest of the country? Mr. Secretary, when you came and met with me in advance of your confirmation, you promised me that as a former member of Congress, you understood the vital role of congressional oversight and pledged to be transparent and responsive. But to be very candid with you, so far this year, although I've appreciated our opportunities to speak, the department has been unresponsive to congressional oversight and has acted unilaterally without consultation of Congress in ways that I think you're aware have caused substantial concern and opposition on both sides of the aisle and in both chambers of Congress. So I appreciate that you've been willing to get on the phone when I call, but Mr. Secretary, with all due respect, I don't call just to hear the sound of your voice. I want to make sure the department is providing this subcommittee with the information that members of Congress have requested so that we can make sound decisions on behalf of our constituents and America's veterans. So we are not off to a great start when it comes to transparency and responsiveness, but I'm hoping that can change and we can build an effective working relationship. There are a few core concerns where we need more transparency with respect to contract cancellations, the VASP program, staffing levels, the budget justification, supplementary materials that this subcommittee receives almost always in advance of this hearing, but which we lack today. And members of this subcommittee and members of the Senate, Mr. Secretary, are going to continue to ask for information about your plans and intentions and department operations, because as you know from your time in Congress, that's our job. It's what we were elected to do. We can't legislate just based on someone's word or promise. We have to verify and understand precisely what you and other members of the executive branch are doing. So today I look forward to hearing how the specifics of your FY26 request will ensure that, for example, clinical staffing gaps are filled. I also have some questions, as you anticipate, and we discussed yesterday, Mr. Secretary, about some specific Georgia facilities. I thank you for your service to the nation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the time.
Thank you. You're recognized, Senator Collins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member. It's good to see both of you and also the other members that are here today.